Yeah, Squadron, I'm back, man. I had to take an intermission. But I just want to clarify something too. When I say I want to be happy, I want to be happy with my purchase. Okay, because they're releasing a lot of junk out here. You know, there's a lot of new age stuff that they're coming out with, some reiterations of back in the day stuff and got them a shot, but I don't really care for that. I don't think the Quantum's bullshit. I think it's very cool. I think the Kyra's going to be cool as well. Or the Kira or whatever it's called. And the Percuss, I think, is definitely going to be extra awesome. However, this $500 budget box is bad box. So we're going to get back to physical modeling. We'll get into some trickery. So the redundant bandpass boombox has been set up. Alright. Bandpass boombox, just as the diagram shows. Envelope 3 being the shutdown envelope and being the mod source and FM source of filter 1. The mod source is cranked to 53, the FM source is off. Now, FM source for filter 2 is at a strange destination, is at noise. Now, we hear the sine wave because... Yeah, that's how you bring the bass out of the box, T, just like that. Mr. Jake, that's how you do it. Now, here's how you bring noise modulation with FM. See what you do? It's simple. Now, the reason why it's not lasting long is on this 112, see? It goes away. Now, 113, it goes. That's the trick. To learn to play games. Now, if you want to bring something else into it, you can. This is how. Do stuff like this, probably hit a little volume on it. Excuse me. In this case, we'll throw some glass on it. Oh, turn the volume to like 15. Get a little bit of power, 40. Now, we want to move this glass grain around. You want to probably use the LFO. LFO speed is 7, redundant. Start phase 0, key track is 0. Envelope mode, you know, typical bullshit. But see what's happening. See, now if I wanted to bring the second one in, I'm going to kill the volume to it first off. But we're still using an FM source. See, FM sources can be silent. FM is the patch cable. I showed you that in previous things. Running stuff through singing source, noise through it, and what? It makes the piano more robust. Why? Because it shapes it. The partials, they do that. Huh? So, possible source on this would be inversion. So, LFO, negative amount. Crank it, 64. Right? Now, FM source is going to have to be oscillator 2 when you're on oscillator 1, right? FM amount is how you plug it in. But in fact, you know what? This actually should be at 16 and going plus 63. That's the inversion. This glass grain is like random grain. I don't know what I was thinking. See? Slip of the brain. So, alright. So from scattered to clustered. Heavily scattered to heavily clustered. That's how it goes. do is with this cone. You can kill the mod source for that though. But if you do, it just takes away the off. If you don't want it to sound like a key strike, then obviously mess with attack. And that's how you smooth that out. So that's a noise modulation trick, because remember I said noise and noise modulation. Well, that's how you apply or integrate noise modulation into FM. Because noise would have been the FM source and is the FM source for filter 2. Start from scratch, redundant. We'll kill the saw wave. Set these filters up right to the boom box. Do this quick. Watch close. Key tracking to 100 on both of them. They're obviously going to be set to octaves. They're going to be bandpass. This is how it goes. Yeah, it's the most flexible synth. I can say this is the box that makes me happy, truly. That's what I really meant by that, though. Like, if I can't be happy with my purchase, you know what I mean? I can't do it. Like when I messed with the virus, I thought I was like, whoa, I got this, man. I was happy until I figured out that I wasn't happy. So that's what I meant by that. When I say I just want to be happy. I want to be happy with my purchase. And when people are developing stuff, man, they gotta put some time into it. That's why I took time for these programs and to do all this website bullshit. Not why I was just bumping it off eBay for a sec. You know what I mean? Because I had to get really serious in this stuff. And I did not, and now everybody's like, oh, okay, and then I made it so much, I'm like, all right, man, let's plug it in, let's get some free packs going on, let's get some giveaways, and get people hip to this shit. Because this little box right here, I know it's like a little desktop unit, but I'm more than happy with it, and every time I play with it, I get deeper and deeper, because it's like the corridors are like never ending. So I like it a lot. So when we use FM source to oscillator 1, remember we're coloring the sine signal because we're generating the sine from the filter. Alright, this is real synth theory. Self-oscillation is a sine wave when you push a filter into that. This is what you get. Drive will actually change the shape of that. But right now we're just going to mess with sine because that's the foundation of sound. Without sine there cannot be anything else, and then there's this noise. Alright? So we take this, and this is how you model, you know, these crazy synths that you want. Oops, forgot to go to envelope 3 and turn the driver on. Just killing the sustain and decay. Alright, so we're back to this. I know I've been doing a lot of talking lately, but I think I should sometimes, because it's, I don't know, it's not like I'm talking gibberish. I hope you guys follow along. I mean, you guys are synthesis, right? So I mean, this shit should be hand in hand to your lifestyle when messing with this box. Let's bring some phase trapezoid on, right? 59. Let's kill the volume. Let's model something. Probably Yamaha DX7-ish maybe on FM. Filter FM. Remember this is silent. So let's take an envelope, like filter envelope, and then crank it to the negative. See, I had to turn it down. It wasn't even above 50. It was at 40 something, like 48. I had to turn it down to like 30 something. See how loud that is? This box is, I mean, you get some heavy stuff out of it. Whoa, fat. That's just one oscillator or one program we're using, man. Now the reason why we're going to the negative on this diagram here is because it's going to start at 127 and it's going to go down. Well, if it's doing that, it's going to go from the high cycle down to this first. It's going to go from 8 to 4 to 2 to 1, and then back up or whatever, however it goes, you know. But the envelope goes all the way through, so that's how it's going to go. There's no circular motion with this. I wouldn't want to say that unless you had it on loop. You know what I'm saying? So you have the loop function, just like this portrait will go to the other side. So that's how it goes. And if you add attack, it's going to start from 0. They go up to 127 and then back down. This is how it goes. That's how the envelope goes with this. If you start adding attack, but I don't usually add attack. I don't usually do that. I don't need to, cause like so how do you phase that? You bring the other one in just like this, you turn to 96 and you bring it to negative 64. It's the same thing. The 96 is the inverted phase. This is how it works. In phase. 96, negative 64. Excuse me, I had to slip of the knob. You have to excuse me. So filter envelope is the one that's doing that. Now check it out. I had to kill the volume to that. See, when you send volume through this boombox, it also does stuff. Listen to this. It's about bad, man. Huh? Let's bring it back down for you now. Let's bring a little something. No, I don't like this comb. Let's try PPG. Forgot I had to add a little bit of power to that. See, this box is crazy, man. Sorry if I'm blowing it out. It's loud. I don't even understand it, man. It's like only on, like I said, 40 something. I just only turned it up just a notch. And this thing gets big, man. The only thing I really honestly think that the virus has over this box, in all honest opinion, is my honest opinion and my own opinion. Processing power, 100, because as a dual core processor, I do know this. It's 24-bit, so the ADDA is 24. It's a little bit higher for show. Has a little bit more analog qualities on the lower end, as my teacher, Mr. Jake, has told me about an analog synthesizer in the previous conversation we had these days. I can definitely agree that the effect section alone is creme de la creme. So, other than that, I don't like the parameters and features and mod matrix and stuff like that. I think it's pretty stupid. However, this box is bad. The 16-bit has kind of a dirty old early 2000s, late 90s type of dirty type of digital analog-ish type of sound. And it can do a lot of stuff like Yamaha DX, FM emulations, and more and more. Especially if you use the plugins, because we got banknotes around this bitch, and everybody in class with me knows that we drop it. We drop it hard, man. We trapping. We doing synth trap. You trapping? Yeah, alright, that's what's up. I like trap. But we trap it out in this laboratory, huh? Getting guap. So on that note, I'm gonna catch you on the next episode. Let me go get butted up. Had to get reloaded. I'll catch you in the room.